Our goal is to prepare you for every situation. And I'm going to talk about you just walked in the property and you want to take the tour with the seller. And so the situation is the seller says they're on a phone call or something like that. Um, you know, I'm going to stay in the foyer until they're done with the call. And now, if you feel uneasy about that, I would say then take the tour. But my first thought would be if they're finishing up a phone call or they're talking to their child or something like that, let them do that because you want to be able to do your 4-year vignette. And the 4-year vignette is the other video is about getting them to take the tour with you so you can have rapport and ask questions. It's amazing what people will reveal if you ask the right questions about their situation, things you never even asked for. They'll share with you if you spend more time with them. So if the seller is on the phone or doing something else, just wait patiently, and I just kind of stand there and then say, I'm ready. If you could take the tour with me, I don't want to miss any of the features that are valuable to this property. So if you can give me I always say, can you give me the nickel tour? And sometimes they joke with you, hey, give me a nickel. So but what if they won't take the tour and they just won't? So then you go, well, what do you do? Well, you're going to kind of fly through that property pretty quickly. And and then the goal is you want to end your conversation with most people. If you live in a part of the country with basements, end it in the basement. And standing by the furnace and the heater, whatever you want to stand there and you would say, by the way, can we go upstairs for just a couple months? I want to show you how this program works. I'm like 100% of people who ever asked that at the end of their chore got a yes to go to the kitchen table. And by the way, when you're at the kitchen table, you often want to say, could I have could I have a glass of water? Because now you're going to stay a little bit longer. And and now they're you're building that relationship. Not if they say you want a beer, no. You want a soda? No. I just go for a glass of water, something simple. And now they're going to get themselves a glass of water. Now this becomes a little bit more of a formal meeting because they are they gave you water, maybe they're going to take notes, and you got your relevant documents you brought with you. You've seen that in the other videos. You're about to go into presentation mode, ask a bunch of questions. But again, this is what if they won't take the tour. What should you do? And I would say if they won't, move through that pretty quickly. And you go, well, where do I end it if there's no basement and they're not with me? Um, the generally the kitchen. Don't do the kitchen first. And you kind of cruise through it and say, I'm going to come back and look, write down the features. You want to end not by the foyer, they're going to show you the door. But if you end right by in the kitchen, start taking notes. Are they 42-inch cabinets? Are they granite countertops? Whatever the features are. It's a great view. Um, and and then, so you're in the kitchen, and that's the place you would then say, can we just to take a minute? I want to show you what I brought with me regarding how our program works. If we have a buyer that's a match, and that's exactly how you transition to get to the kitchen table, and that is the how it works if we have a buyer that's a match. The document you're going to show them if you're using our stuff, the bottom of it says buyermatchmaker.com. It's all part of the storytelling. And when people go, I'm not a salesperson, I always say, well, are you a storyteller? Can you tell a child a story? Can you just make something up, any kind of story? Of course you can. Use your imagination. The story, though, is all about them. But when you're the narrator of the story and the one who is asking the questions, it's going to be very interactive. And when you're asking these questions, you're actually going to illustrate your expertise. When you're looking at the other video, when you talk about the velocity, and you say, what's interesting right now is that there's 14 properties for sale within a 1 mile radius, all about the same price point as yours. And there's one under contract. So we've got a 14 to 1, or if there were two under contract, we have a 7 to 1 ratio, 7 sellers to every one buyer. They didn't know that. And you just became the expert that told them about it. So, uh, any case, this thing was about the tour. What do you do if they won't take it? And ideally, if they do take it with you, excuse me, they do it with you, that you're going to ask a series of questions in certain places. One is the very end of the tour before you sit down. And ideally, when you're in the master bedroom or something like that, which is a large room, you have a series of questions. You want to be asking about the roof age, furnace and air conditioner age, uh, any other serious updates that happen on the property. You want to be asking housing questions when you're on the tour. You're going to ask more situational questions when you're sitting down because you're actually going to use the LEAP presentation and the questions. A lot of them are right on the page for you. All right. Hope this tip was helpful for you.